WPC Kim Bryan was station officer at Barkingside Police Station in May last year when Susan Zack's mother came in to report her missing. 31-year-old Susan, who was 5 months pregnant, was last seen alive in Cairns Harbour in November 1989. She was touring with her boyfriend Hartwig Bayerl on board their cutter the Emmanuel. It was totally out of character for Susan not to keep in contact with her mother in Chigwell. Kim says she simply knew something had gone wrong.
We shouldn't really have been involved with this because Susan was living in Australia, so it was really for the Australian authorities to deal with. But of course, being an ordinary mum, how was she going to establish contact with the Australian authorities and in an attempt to get an investigation underway? And of course, the more I dug, the more I seemed to turn up, and the more concerned I became for her daughter's welfare.
Working mostly in her own time, Kim compiled a 300-page report on the inquiry. Her investigation brought her in contact with the Australian High Commission, the British Embassy in Austria and the Channel Isles. Finally, with the help of detectives in Australia, the Emmanuel was found in the Marshall Islands off Papua New Guinea. Johann Wiesensteiner was on board with all the couple's possessions. He was found guilty today of their murder, even though their bodies were never found. It was an emotional scene in the courtroom.
With the assistance of the Australian officers, we obviously supported the parents as we could. The lady jurors most certainly became very distressed at seeing the distress of the parents, and actually went to the parents to offer them, their sympathy over the whole matter.
WPC Bryan was commended by the Australian courts and has received a commendation from Scotland Yard.